In part 1 of this series, I started trenching for a new 70-foot water line between the valve box and where the new pool house will be built. With the help of my BXpanded trenching bucket and ripper, I got most of it done maneuvering around rocks and cutting through roots. But there's more to be done before laying the pipe. What kind of problems do I run into this time? Stick around and find out. Okay, it's day 2 of the pool waterline project. I've almost got it dug all the way to the other end, just a little bit more to do. But first I wanted to dig out by hand here at the valve box here just to locate the pipe. And if I didn't already locate it, that pipe right there is a little too far back, I think, to be this one, but it might be. So we're about to find out. Anyway, I want to be able to lay out how I'm going to tie in all that good stuff, and then start cleaning up the trench as it meanders on its way up there. That'll be fun. Let's see what we can get done. Also, I've got a bucket of tools and a bucket with a bucket in it, including my regular backhoe bucket and the ripper in case I need that. But I think I'm past all that now. Just need the trenching bucket that I've got on there right now. Here's a look inside the valve manifold box. One thing you may notice is there's no silt in it at all. My secret to that when I install this is I put weed mat throughout the entire hole. So weed mat wraps up and around, and that's what you see here that's folded back into the box. Is how I manage to keep my manifold boxes like this, valve boxes, clean. And I typically set them up on a row of bricks, as you see, so I can set the pipe a little bit lower and deeper in the box. You'll actually see me do this with the valve box I'm going to put in at the pool house, so you'll see me do exactly this project here in the not too distant future. What's that about? So I did snag it. So that was the old water line. See that coming? All right. Good news is here, I've got a straight section I can tap off of and carry on that way with a little more digging. Now that I've torn it up, apparently this thing goes this way, then dog-legged over another 90 for reasons which I may never know or remember. That would explain it. I decided to dig this the lazy way. What could possibly go wrong? Well, I guess that could go wrong. My plumbing job is going to be a little more complicated than I had hoped. Oh well, I'll deal with that later. Right now I need to finish the trenching, starting with clearing out the curve of the trench.
Then I move up near the pool house site to finish the trenching on that end. This is right next to a big stump, so I'm expecting to have to cut through some big roots, but it wasn't bad. Turns out I would have a bigger challenge shortly. And there it is, the sound of trouble, the sound of rock. This is a job for the 16-inch bucket. I put on safety glasses since digging rock can hurl chips my way. Well, I kind of have a worst case scenario here. That's broken off cleanly there. I have nothing to work with there. I have less than ½ an inch there, so I really can't use that. In the box, I have a ½ inch right there. It's my best bet, just to redo this. And I've also got that point, other than redoing way back here where I have some space and relocating the box. I may shift the box over just a little bit. To give me some space. I could shift the whole thing this way, so at least I have a little more room to work with, but that's going to be inconvenient, so I'm probably going to work on that next. And then I'll, probably not today, but then I'll clean out the ditch, start laying in the pipe once I've got something I can connect to. Okay. I'm going to completely redo this, so it'll just be easier if I take this out. It may not be easy to take it out, but it'll be easier if I can take it out. There we go. What I've decided to do is cut this off here and just rework this so that it can go straight out and stay low, and then veer off and head up that direction. It's important that I save every millimeter of that pipe there to be able to have enough to work with, and I'm still not sure that I will. And if I don't, I'm going to have to redo it starting back here where I do have enough for sure. That cleans up and enough to work with. If I take this to my shop, I can work with that. So tell me what I need to do. I have an outline of the bottom of the valve box on a piece of plywood to help figure out the new piping. I start by recreating the drain valve, then adding a union with threaded connections, which will give me maximum flexibility for any future changes I might need to make. A few short pieces of pipe pulls it all together. Looks like that will do nicely. I add a section of pipe with an elbow to head the line toward the trench. Then I measure for the length of the pipe I need to get where the 45-degree coupler will be. Time to attach that piece. Notice I put an end cap on each section I'm installing to keep the dirt out until I'm ready to attach the next piece. Sometimes I use a brick to keep the end of the pipe out of the dirt. A short piece of PVC pipe is quite stiff, but long links are like a wet noodle, which works to my advantage through the curves of the trench. This is the last piece for now. I'm stopping a ways from the pool house until the slab is poured and the electrical service is run. Then I'll lay the rest of the pipe and install the valve box. Here's what I've done so far. As you can see, I've put the valve box in place, but haven't buried it yet. After the joints cure, I'll pressure test the pipe before putting it in the ditch and burying it. Okay, moment of truth here. I'm going to pressurize this line and see what happens. Hopefully no blowouts. Using my valve tamer here that I made in an earlier video. Brilliant. Now I won't know for a while if there's a leak in the valve box. That was stupid. What was that doing open? Okay, we passed the leak test, it looks like. So now it's time to start laying the pipe in and gently covering it up by hand with a few inches of dirt before I bring in the heavy machinery to finish backfilling the ditch. By the way, wherever the pipe has to sit on top of rock, I use a piece of rubber gym floor mat to cushion it from the rock. See what I mean about the pipe being a wet noodle and long links? Also, when practical, I like to glue the pipe sections together and pressure test above ground before putting the pipe in the trench. That way the pipe joints are at full strength by the time I put the pipe in the ground. I'll be putting bricks and rocks along the length of the pipe in places to make it sit as low in the ditch as possible. It's temporary, obviously. Once I get dirt around either side to hold it down, I'll take them out. When the dirt beside the ditch has too much rock in it, I use some relatively rock-free dirt from a nearby pile. Now it's Big Orange's turn. After filling in the trench, I pack it in with the tires of the tractor. Now that I've got the pipe buried, it's time to bury this box back up to its neck. Up there, somewhere, about. I fill in dirt around the valve box by hand to avoid chaos, death, and destruction. Finally, I put some of those rocks to good use by placing them around the box. Here's a last tip for you. I insulated the valve box lid with spray foam insulation to help protect from freezing. I'm calling this done for now. I'll lay the rest of the pipe and install the valve box after the slab is poured and the electrical service is run. If you enjoy these videos, please help me keep them coming by clicking the like button, commenting below, and subscribing. Thanks for watching.